Okay, we're back. So we want to next start working towards this Misery Peak main storyline quest, which has us starting off by going back to Korthos Island. We're going to have to, like, it's called Help Lars. We're going to follow this little, mechanoid type guy. There's a name for them. I forgot what their darn name is. And then we're going to do like the path to Misery's Peak, and then we'll get to the Misery's Peak one itself. I will probably separate that out because it's really long, and I'll see if I can edit it down so you don't have to watch any of the long run, do a switch type stuff. I have the enhancement tree over because we need to put a point in something. I've never played a ranger before. I played the fighter and paladin and rogue and druid, but I'm going to pick this to see which one of these elements we want. I'm going to pick frost, and we can put this down here. After we've picked it, we hit accept, and then you have to go to your character sheet, and then go to enhancement and frost arrows, and you can put that there. So once we get to a combat zone, we should be able to activate that. All right, so we want to highlight Korthos Island. The path to Misery's Peak is up here. So because we talked to the first guy, so we're going to go back and pick that up where we were. Just go ahead and get in here in normal. Now, where are we headed? It's always a good idea to plan where you're going to go. So this quest, you can always just come here and have it highlighted. This is like the Explorer one. And you can see they want you to go all the way down to here to help Lars. Yep. Oh, it's not showing it to me. Oh, I'm mistaken. So let's see what is going on here that we've messed up. Okay. We activate him. We have to find the camp. I know where the camp is. They don't tell you where the camp is. They have a pip on the interface to show you it's that way. See this little pip? And it went away. See, it's right down here. And then it faded away, which is unusual. Most of the quests don't do that. I know where it is, so I'm just going to show you a good shortcut on how to get there. We've got our feather fall on our mount, so we're just going to go over here. Just float down to here, and we're going to skip any enemies that are in the way and just get on with getting to this quest. So these guys who might aggro us and come after us, that's fine. We're just going to keep on blowing past all of them. And then once again, I've always slipped down here instead of making the jump. Let me go down here and zip back up. And we'll make this a little smaller. Now we're going to head down this way. Ignore those belching fools. And we're looking for a camp. Okay, here we go. So we've got a train of crap behind us. We need to take care of that first. I'm just going to drop out of combat here, and let's get rid of these dudes. And here's this. Boom. Okay, you're ready to meet atop Misery's Peak. Simply follow the road south mountain. He's waiting. All we gotta do is go here. And now you can see it's actually highlighted properly on the map. It's not just a pip saying find a camp, which the whole idea was like you don't know where it is. This is going to be level 2 now. We're level 2. We're close to 3. It would be great if we could hit 3 before we go in, but that's alright. We'll just do it at level 2. And since it's so short to get here, we might as well just try to burn through the whole thing. I may break it up into small pieces and edit it down.
Breeze emanates from the mouth of Misery's Peak.
We'll leave this here. Okay, so this is going to be a culmination of the Korthos Island storyline. It has the old characters, Lars Heyton, who you rescued before, remember? Jeet's the little noisy British rogue, and Talbin, the kind of sorcerer, mechanized guy. There's a name for them I can't remember, and Salimus. But they're all going to go. They're going to go this way, and we're going to go this way. We'll be on our own for quite a while. This is a good chance to get a different NPC up. I want to get this cleric up here instead, before I talk to him and activate everything. Okay, I'm not close enough to the entrance. Let's go back a little bit. That's one of the keys. Some people do a trick where they will summon like a healer and make them stand still, like you saw with the little banner, near the entrance, and then just run back. If they die, they run all the way back to the entrance to get resurrected. We're just going to keep it simple. We're not going to worry about that. This is not that hard. There's just lots of junk to kill on the way. So we're going to talk to him. He'll get the ball started.
Salimus, ready your party. I'll weaken the barrier for you.
We don't really need any buffs or anything. Let's see what we've picked up over time.
Good. Now
This is she always yelling that? And now we're going to go this way.
Clears the passageway for you. Now to find this Quarry Mindsunder artifact.
Quarry
Go,
Mindsunder
quickly.
artifact.
I will
So
mask your presence from the Mind Flayer.
the trick of this
Victims
whole
of the
section
devourer
is
of
that
lives
there's a lot of enemies
bound to
in the
save
first few
the
areas, and there's a lot of activating junk, activating colored switches to open doorways, then run the doorway and throw the switch. And we'll try to go through this as fast as possible, just to give you an idea of where everything is. It's not necessarily hard, it just takes a while because it's kind of a long run through a lot of these spaces. You'll be running all the way up a really, really tall chamber to get really, really high. I'll remind you of Velctor's Labyrinth in EverQuest 1 and the Scars of Velis expansion, if you've ever played, if you're an old EverQuest 1 player.
Several humanoid figures
And there's a really odd mechanic where you'll see barriers and things like that, and you won't know what to do besides like try to find a switch. But in actuality, it's these platforms, and they send a beam, and the beam will dispel it. So it's kind of a weird mechanic. You haven't seen it before. Then it's going to be reoccurring as we get to this large, massive chamber. There's a little ghoul here bipping around. Don't like that. And so we're going to be in this massive chamber, and we're going. Well, get off me, dude. Hobbits is where we're going to go all the way up and activate a series of those platforms that will shoot beams into this that will open the main passageway to go and finish the whole venture. So that's the part we've got to do next. It's just a series of going up and up and up and up. This could be a fun time to throw on those expeditious retreat boots and run faster. So let's put the boots here and the other boots here, and I believe it's going to last 5 minutes, right? So let's do that. And we have 25% movement speed. So there's a door. Requires 2 switches to be thrown.
Is locked by a pair of signal crystals. Hopefully the control mechanisms are in this cavern somewhere.
Don't run too fast and fall down. Notice how this still there's really nowhere different to go, but just keep following this up. And these little changes between ice and dirt, sometimes you might have, and rock, you have the NPC someone else fell down there. Remember, if they fall down, you just pop this little button down here, which will warp them to you. And that's a dead end. So this thing here, you see the big barrier? These little platforms which you have to activate to get these barriers down. Once you shoot one of these guys in the ice, they'll start all breaking over. So go over this. You have to kill all the zombies that are associated with it. That's going to bring that barrier down. And let's see if we can grab this without it being underneath this dude. Oh, come on. Let's do it this way. Okay. So that was this first one. Let's keep going up. There's one over there. Let's see if we can cut underneath here and get that one knocked out. There's all kinds of like ice spiders chittering around. Of course, there's always these zombies. Everyone, this is like a green one. You could always just melee this guy. And it would get on this. Did we kill everything? Okay, there's some reason why that one's not working. Let's see if it will activate now. No. Something else still alive? I hear skittering. There it is. Maybe I already activated it, but I didn't see the beam. Okay, so we jumped over and did that one. Let's go over to there and do this next one over here. And so you can see, it's already slightly disorienting. We got one beam happening up here. Let's go up. We came straight over and under. Whoa, shit. Good thing we had the feather fall on. Oh, man. It's like fell all the way to the bottom. Let's go back up real quick. We cut under instead of cutting under. We're going to keep progressing up. This is where the blue barrier was to get up to here. So we went through there and that didn't activate. Let's try going up here and see if we can get this to activate. Was it the left? Only go left. You have to kill these guys to get rid of this. Okay. It looks like that. Has this changed? Years ago when I did this, you had to actually stand on the platform. Now it's just kill the enemies and activate. So I made a mistake here. So let's open this doorway. We can come in here and I believe there's a switch. Yeah, there it is. There's a switch here. Pay attention to the color. It looks kind of gray. Can't really tell when it lights up. Maybe we'll see what it is. Blue. Okay. And all it really says, if you read the thing, activate signal crystal controllers, you're usually just going up and up and up. So we've got 2 colors activated, and then the last one's going to be up here. So I was wrong with the platforms. Sometimes these platforms you stand on them, and sometimes you just need to kill all the stuff that's guarding it. Okay, we activate that one. So yellow, green, and blue. Activate the signal levers. We need levers. 1 lever left. This is a dead end, or is this is a ramp going down? Let's go down this way. Very hard to see what this might be activating. The mobs will do this a lot to drive you crazy, where they run up to you and spin around you the whole time, just to make you not just stand still and face the same way all the time. And we're going to zip in here and see if there's a switch for this one. There's one we haven't done. There, the buff dropped. I'm going to put my other boots back on real quick. We've got them down here, hot barred. Gives us a little bit of a run speed. Now, just so you know, these boots, it's like a once per day usage charge. Target 5 minutes. It doesn't say once per day. I think, yeah, it does. It says recharge once per day. Okay, so we've got all these open. Now, this is where you'll be like, I'm not sure where to go next. So all 3 of those have been activated. Let's keep going around this area and see where do we need to go next. It's not real clear. We were in there. We did that one and went through there. Just one of them we didn't go to yet. This is the way we came down. So let's try cutting across here. And you can't mount in these dungeons. In theory, the way the level design would be laid out, it would give you a pattern where if you just continue to follow everything, you would go to the right places. I'm going to double check and make sure I haven't done this one here. I thought I already clicked this one and activated it. Okay, there's a chest here, so we haven't been here yet. And there's a goodie. And a friend. Pull this down. Unholy don't help us much. And we haven't taken really significant damage. So, find the quarry Mind Sunder artifact. So as I remember, you had to go all the way down to the ground level again to progress this. We're going to jump on all the way down to the very bottom and see if we missed something. Yep, this is where you got to go. If you've played a ranger and you know the class really well, tell me why these imbue toggles don't work. It says I don't have spell points, so I guess I need to pick up the other enhancement talent to give me some spell points to work with. Fortunately, it just looks like a good old switch. Okay, we're almost done here. You're gonna have
Choose
like,
run down
oh
your
look, there's the
spine
dragon.
as
You're
you
gonna
finally
fight him,
come
but you
face
can't
to
get
face
to
with the
him, and
dragon
nothing's gonna happen.
that
There's
has
the
been
party of
terrorizing
loudmouths.
the
Of my
Evil
wife and I used to call them
ones
misfits.
was a
And
truly
we used to play
awesome
Elder Scrolls
beast.
Online. We'd go to all the public dungeons. There'd just be misfits dodge rolling through the whole place being obnoxious. So that's just teasing what's going on. They're fighting this Ososirex, or whatever his name is. That looks like a drop all the way down to the water. Don't want to do that. Let's keep moving forward.
The door at the rear of the cabin pops open. Cultists attracted by the roar of combat rush out to confront you.
There's one of those root bone situations that the center of the character's collision doesn't let the arrow go right above the ice. Keep on progressing. Standing still for a little better accuracy. Keep going. Rush Shrine. Do we need it? No. He's damaged slightly. Have him heal himself. Alright, what do we got? Oh, white. No one's got to touch me. Okay, we're gonna run up here real quick because this door won't open until we hit a switch that's up here. Just right here. You could hear the door open. I'm trying to burn through this quickly. So you can see through here where the dragon is like, will be running through this area. You're not going to fall or anything. You just get underneath here and take a look. There you can see him moving around down there a little bit. So he's like escaping. Good thing these dudes in bathrobes are hanging out. Actually took damage. And there goes the dragon walking underneath the ice. Nasty hit. Okay, two more switch colors.
Signal crystals are set into the wall.
Signal crystals is the official name. Alright. Whoops. This will probably be the first one.
A signal crystal glows with power as you engage the first.
And as usual, if you can remember which way you come in, you can just keep going around corners and progressing. You should end up in like the next area. I mean, that's a real basic level design idea, especially in maps like this that are super confusing. It's one of the harder things to get you. Like if you spin around and get disoriented, you may not be able to keep track of where you are. Enemies you haven't seen, like always go towards that. Thankfully they have this little illuminated jewel system where the levers have been pulled. They've already been illuminated. You can tell if you've already been somewhere. You can even see the distance. This is a door that hasn't been opened. A lot of them, once they've been opened, they stay open. So if you get disoriented and lost and you're looking at your map here, you're like, okay, where am I and where should I be going? You can see this is mostly linear, this whole stuff we've been through so far. So that's the only complaint I had about this adventure was it's kind of easy for people to get disoriented. Even I had to do it a few times to get my handle on it. I'm doing it pretty quickly today. So that's, now we're backtracking. All that, and if you come here like, well, where was I supposed to go? And so remember there was shrines here and there was a doorway down here. And if you run off and don't pay attention, you'll fall all the way down there again. Which isn't a problem with the Featherfall stuff. It's going to take one of these real quick. Okay. So it's been a while since the Misfit Club was fighting the... oh, we already pulled this. Okay. fighting the dragon. I wonder what's going on with that. We had to go up here to open this up, so we should be able to just go right back down to the level that we were at before. So let's just head back down that way. And the way we came in versus the way we haven't been. This is the way we came in, so we need to go the other way. When we first came through here, remember the dragon was underneath the ice and moving that way, and we killed a few cultist guys. This is the doorway down here we need to open. It has the color markers on it, but from a distance you can see how they were gray. So now that they're close, you can see they're pretty illuminated. There's a little bit of purple light around this and that, so now you know you're heading the right way. And you can take a look over your mini-map and say, okay, there's no fog of war here, so now I'm going the right way. That's one of the biggest problems is you go in a room, turn around, get disoriented, you're facing the opposite direction, you can't remember where you've been, you end up running to the other end of the map. And if you're good at maps, then that's not really a problem. Some people have trouble with it. Okay. We'll see a little bard's ability, or maybe my little frostbow. I'm going to head up now. And we should be done here soon. That same sound effect is in Lord of the Rings Online that you just heard. Alright. Please no more switches. Except one's on the door, that's fine. Okay, so now we're getting somewhere. We're going to have a little boss type guy to kill here. They're summoning this demon. They aren't targetable zombies yet. He's killed them all, and we can start getting on him. He's immune to the frost part of the attack, but that's okay. We'll do enough damage to bring him down. That's just like a little side thing. There's no like chest to open or anything like that. You can just move on. One of these things, be sure to stand on it. Remember the very beginning when you stood on one of these platforms is how it actually opened this doorway, but in other situations it did not do that. Let's pull this guy away for that so I can pick it up. Alright. Should be very close to the end here. Another one of these. Or it could be a situation where you kill all the zombies around it and it activates automatically. Let's just check. There, it points to this. Okay. Okay, this is done. We can get out of here. Are we stuck on something? Oh no, we got stuck on the geometry. There is a stuck command you can try using if that ever happens to you. You can only use it once every hour. Hopefully it doesn't reset everything. It'll just teleport us to like another shrine or something in the dungeon. Let's see what happens here. It's going to give like a 20-second teleport timer. What happened is we backed into this while we were shooting. Nah, I moved. That interrupted it. So we just do this. I hope I did just kill the timer on it. Okay, just don't touch the mouse and don't move while this is going down. What it should do is send you to the last like resurrection shrine that you unlocked, or worst case scenario, the beginning of the instance without you having to go and do everything. It shouldn't just reset the whole instance. I'm going to assume this is trying to teleport me to the latest shrine. I guess it doesn't know if you're really stuck. That's why it has a 1-hour timer to prevent people from using the stuck command to cheat and warp around. Let's see what the result is. Okay. Looks like it found a spot not too far back. That's great. If you're ever doing this adventure, be sure not to have that happen to you. So that's a reasonable solution. Okay, this is the last area. There's nothing you can do here. It's like this Mind Flayer and this Ice Dragon are having like a Sonic Test of Wills kind of battle with the Mind Flayers trying to control the dragon. But this is going to be the secret to stopping that. And you can't get down there, so...
The Mind Flayer and Dragon are locked in a contest of wills. This could be your chance to destroy the Mind Sunder. The player shrieks as it loses the Mind Sunder's power. The dragon reasserts its will and looks very
Follow me. Heyton wants a word with you.
And this should wrap it up.
Here, take this portal, so you won't have to walk back.
Now, from a story perspective, it doesn't make any sense why Salinas and Talbron and the Jeets character who were engaging and fighting the dragon ended up not fighting them anymore and left the area and let this Mind Flayer start dealing with it. And either they just ran away and bailed, but the problem got solved because you're the one that actually heroically stopped the Mind Flayer. But it's kind of funny, like, why were they doing that? It's just kind of a weird inconsistency. But it's not that big of a deal because you got the quest
And
completed
like magic,
anyway.
The snow's stopped.
And the snow is now
Savior
stopped
of
in the area.
Korthos, they cheer as you return. But destiny has greater plans for you than just this small village.
Okay, like I mentioned before, now that you've completed the whole Korthos storyline, you're prompted to head over to Stormreach. Here's a reward. Here's a number to pick through. Take your time and look through these and see which stat you're going to want. I'm going to try to see if I can find some with dexterity that's not got charges on it. Here's a dex resistance one. That sounds great. I think I'm going to take that one right away. And we'll put that on. Let's go to our first tab here, and let's get that going versus the will save one we're doing now. Now, you know, our stats are 21 dex now. That's still only +5 for all the bonuses, but it's still decent. Now, since you finished that main quest line, doesn't mean you can't come back here. You can repeat everything at a higher difficulty. You could go to some of the little quests that you did previously. Hey, I got this done. I want to do the little holdout mission. You can do it a lot harder level. There's this whole massive exterior zone with a Slayer quest and exploration quest. There's all this stuff. There's nothing stopping you from going back at the same skill level or doing it at a harder level or pick up the pieces from the things you haven't done. Sometimes you'll see, kind of like in the Keep of the Borderlands, that there may be a little reset button that appears here. If you want to reset the whole thing and run everything from scratch, you're welcome to do that. But I'm going to consider this area done, and we're going to move on now to the harbor. And all you gotta do is talk to this Valeria here, and she'll warp you to the harbor. It doesn't say harbor, it says Stormreach, but that's what it is. Okay, we're gonna stop here, and we'll pick things up now that we have so much cool stuff to do in the harbor. It's a massive area. It connects to a lot of everything in the whole game. We can really start accelerating character growth now and start getting more loot and stuff like that. So we'll stop the video here, and we'll pick it back up when we get into the next series of quests we want to take care of. Talk to you soon.